All right, so let's go ahead and make our album cover. So you've already got your pieces cut. You're going to have one piece 4.5 by 2. We're going to wrap that with a piece that is 4 by 6.5. We're just using our 1-inch spacers here. And I'm going to stick these down to the cardstock as we go through the sizes on these. Okay. You're going to have 2 pieces, 4.5 by 2.25. These are your spines for either side because it does have the piece that wraps around. And those you're going to wrap with a piece that is 5.25 by 6.5. And for that, I need to turn this, and I need my 1.5-inch spacer. For the 2 spine pieces, you need your 1.5-inch spacer. So 1 inch and 1.5. Okay? So you're going to have 1.5 on each side, and you're going to have 1 inch top and bottom. This one I really cobbled together with score tape. Look at that little tiny piece. I just hate wasting it. I don't like throwing away the scraps if I don't have to. Okay. Okay, so there's 2 of those. For crying out loud. There we go. Sorry, I couldn't get that one off. Okay. And then our covers are 4.5 by 6.5. You're going to wrap that with a piece, each one of those. So you'll need 2 pieces, 6.5 by 8.5. And then we'll go back to our 1-inch spacer. Let me get the backing off of this. Okay. And the second one. Oh, this is really cobbled together on the back. Oh my gosh. And I know I'm not the only one who does this. I've seen other videos where people do the same things. I know I'm not like totally weird on this. But man, score tape gets expensive if you use lots of it. Okay. All right. So we are going to wrap these. So let's find our 3 cover pieces. So the 4.5 by 2.25 spines, we're going to set those aside. These are the pieces that are going to get wrapped all 4 sides. And then we're going to cut our corners out again, just like we did on the box pieces when we were wrapping those. some mitering.
Heading to Am.
Okay. So let's get the tape off, or the backing off of our tape. I'm going to have to start learning how to do all this left-handed because this is not fun. Okay, so again, just like we wrapped our chipboard for the box, you're going to go up along the edge of the chipboard, and then in that open area, and then over and down. Okay, and the next one. And again, along the chipboard, in that middle section. up against the chipboard, over and down. The last cover piece. Oops. Okay. Okay, one more side. All right, so both spine pieces we're going to go ahead and fold on all four sides, just like we did with the other. We're going to cut out our corners, but on these, all we're going to fold over and attach down are just the top and bottom. Let's go ahead and get these folded. Now we're going to cut out that square again. Only in this case, it's more of a rectangle, but you get what I mean. Okay. The other one. All right, so let me get my tape on these. And again, I know I've said this like 1,000 times, I feel like already, and I'm repeating myself again. You don't have to use the tape. You can just use glue. I'm not sure what I've done with my compression glove. I've lost it in here somewhere because I know you can't see anything with this. The rest of my room right now is a straight up disaster. Again, like always. So as soon as I finish doing this tutorial, I will be cleaning this evening. Because it's that bad, y'all. It's a mess. I haven't been down here in like 2 weeks, which that is part of where my inspiration for this project came from. So we love to go camping. And we've had a travel trailer for oh my gosh, what did we figure? 15, 16 years now. And 4 or 5 years ago, we had bought a bigger one. And I think it was 5 years ago. And we decided it really just was too big because it is just me and my husband and my son. And my son is 8, and I'm sure most of you know this. Okay, we're going to burnish along the edge of that chipboard. But we decided that we needed a different floor plan. It just was not working for us anymore. So 3 weeks ago, we bought, no, 2 weeks ago. Oh my gosh, it's only been 2 weeks. 2 weeks ago, we sold our trailer and we bought a new trailer, a smaller one. So last weekend we went camping. Weekend before that was Mother's Day weekend. We were at my mom's house. Okay, so we're going to line this up on here. Pull this over and down. And it's just been crazy around here. I have not had much time, if any, to get in my craft room and do much anything. So it's just a mess. All right. Okay. And if you wanted to, if you didn't want to do our little fun closure here, you could just stop here and call it good. If you're doing the closure, you're going to add the second. Okay, so there's spine covers. Here's your second spine piece. That's going to come over here. And then our closure piece is going to come over here. Okay? Which, I'm trying to decide if we need to do that. Okay, so we're going to do something a little bit different here. So we're going to take our second spine piece and our closure piece. And we're going to go ahead and add that on here. And then instead of, I just want to test something here before I go too much further. Well, I think it'll be okay. I was thinking I might wrap just that one piece to the outside, but I don't think I need to. I think it'll be okay. So, all right. So what you're going to have is front cover, spine, back cover, spine, closure. Okay. So when all said and done, it's going to close up like this. All right. Now, I forgot to cut my pieces for the inside. So those are going to be 4 3/8. I just got a whole pile of scraps over here that I've been just pulling from as I cut things. And oops, we're going to do those 4 3/8 by 5. I do need to get some score tape on those. I do recommend using score tape when you're doing this part, simply because I'm not even going to use score tape. I'm going to use my roll of the other kind. My other one that I like. Well, I don't really like. I just have a whole bunch of it, so I keep using it. Okay. So I am going to just use... Yeah, let's go that way. And the reason you want score tape on this part instead of glue is because you don't want, once you put this down to reinforce, you don't want it bubbling up. And that's the risk you run if you use glue on this step. So even if you don't use score tape on any of the rest of it, I always suggest that you do on this part, if nowhere else. Okay. trim the extra off of here. And I really do like the rolls. And I don't know, I know they're, and I think the reason Tamara doesn't carry the big rolls of the score tape is just the shipping. Because they don't fit in the boxes that she typically uses, it costs a lot more to ship them. So I think that's why she doesn't carry them. Which is really too bad because I love the big rolls over the score tape sheets, quite honestly. But that's okay. I do have some stashed away. I really want them. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get my backing off. Before I put it down, I'm just going to dry fit it, make sure I'm turning it the right way, especially where, you know, this is very similar size-wise from one piece to the other. Just going to burnish that down. All right, come on. This particular roll is actually meant for like intricate die cuts, so it's really, really thin. And I do really like it for that. I just had a ton of it. I don't know why. I think I bought it at like an expo a couple of years ago on at a really good price, so this is why I have so much of it. Anyway, okay, so we're just gonna fold our cover up and burnish that score tape into that crease. All right, and there is our album cover, and that will sit in our box next to our s'more fixings. And I'm going to get our insides gathered up, and I'll be right back.